What up, everyone? It's your man, X-Man87 here, bringing you another Marvel Legends news video, and what I have for you today are the new Marvel Legends reveals to begin the month, starting September 1st, 2023. But before we get into everything, if you could please leave a thumbs up, like rating on the video, it'll help show your support for my channel, and I greatly appreciate it. Now, with that said, let's talk about it. So today we get two new Marvel Legends reveals, and they are Moon Knight and the Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man on the regular superheroes retro card. And just when I talked about my last video, how they ended the month with repaints as reveals, well, guess how they kick off the beginning of the month? With more repaints. I can't make this up, guys, man. I'm telling you, it's just been the worst for them this year with reveals. I just don't get this, man. Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man is the same one as the last one. The only difference is that he has the blue spider logo on the back, making it more comic accurate. And this is a figure that was just released last year. And I don't want to hear people saying, oh, this is for the new collectors that missed out. What, missed out last year? Like, come on, man. Like, he is still available in certain outlets, you know? He's still available on Entertainment Earth. No one's missing out on this. In that last video I did, I had some comments that pointed out to me that I was missing the point that those repaints, reissues are for new collectors. I even acknowledged in that video that I get it, it was for the new collectors, but at the same time I brought up the point that majority of those reveals are still available on the aftermarket on eBay. Like, I looked up some of those prices and they're between $18 to $23. That's less than the regular retail price they're going for that's already set for $24.99. Nah, man, yeah, I missed the point where I acknowledged that, and also my counterpoint. Like, I get it, if it's for figures that were 5 to 8 years out that I pointed out, like the Rhino Build-A-Figures and Kingpin Build-A-Figures that were later re-released into retro cards for a more affordable price, because, you know, BAFs are pricey. And even other figures you could include in there that weren't even BAFs. You get the point, you know what I mean? Those that were highly sought after and gone for a hefty price on the aftermarket, re-released later, those I understand that were like 5 to 8 years out. But when we're talking about like a 2 to 3 year span, nah, man, especially like those movie figures. They're re-releasing the popular movie characters, and they always release those popular movie characters. There's no need to do an entire wave of them, because they always sprinkle out those popular characters in multiple waves here and there. Now, this classic re-release of Moon Knight, I'll make an exception for, because it's 2023 now. He was last released as a Walgreens exclusive in 2020 during the pandemic, and we all know how that was a shit show trying to get in-store exclusives. I get that. I understand that. Multiple people missed out on that. However, I'm not going to let it off the hook for being the same damn body mold as before. This was a huge missed opportunity because they could have updated this on the Renew Your Vows body. I don't understand why they had to re-release it in this outdated body mold. At the time of its release in 2020, it was fine. This body mold was about 4 years old. Fine. I liked that figure at the time. I still like the figure. But if we're talking about releasing another classic version of Moon Knight, you update it. You know, you give it the pinless treatment. You give it the new Renew Your Vows body. It would have looked great next to the Daredevil and Spider-Man, as well as the new Deadpool. So you got your agile characters with that updated articulation that they need. Nah, I'm not gonna entertain a repaint, but I'm surprised they didn't do a silver version like the one Toy Biz made, because I know they like to pay homage to the Toy Biz figures. But then again, even when Toy Biz did it, I thought that was stupid. So again, I'm not entertaining a repaint, but I'm just surprised that they didn't do a repaint. You know, Hasbro's the king of repaints, so when they don't do one, I'm surprised. This is just a straight up reissue. Same accessories, just a different box. So these retro carded figures will be Target exclusives and will be up for pre-order on September 15th. And they will retail for, well, Moon Knight is going to be $24.99. And then Spider-Man's going to be $27.99, so same price as the Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man. Again, they're going to charge us more for Spider-Man because of his cobwebbing deco when he has or includes more hands. Don't shoot me, I don't make the price. This is the new excuse that they're given. So yeah, more heroes added to the regular retro cards. No villains. I don't think they've done a villain on this regular retro card, right? Someone remind me, I don't remember. I think it's been all heroes so far. And yeah, that was it. And to sum up my final thoughts, well, I already gave you my final thoughts. I don't know how many more final thoughts I can give you on repaints, but okay, I'm gonna put it this way, right? You guys know I'm a big wrestling fan, so to my fellow wrestling fans, you remember when John Cena was in his prime in WWE, and you know, the 5 moves of doom, the same moves he would do over and over again to win a match, and the crowd would chant, same old shit, same old shit, same old shit, in critique of his in-ring work ethic. Yeah, same thing pretty much applies here with Hasbro's work ethic. It's the same old shit over and over again. But yeah, let me know what your final thoughts are on these. Is that Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man logo in blue on his back enough for you to, you know, if you already have it, purchase another one? Are you good with the Moon Knight reissue, being that the body's now 7 to 8 years old, or would you have preferred it to be updated on the Renew Your Vows body? Again, that big missed opportunity is a major crime. Whoa, before I go, I just opened up my Instagram and saw that Hasbro posted an announcement for another Pulse fan stream for Marvel Legends on September 8th, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. I'll read you the post right now. So it's been a while since our last Marvel Legends fan stream. No shit. So we're making this a big one just for you. Join the Marvel Legends team as they take over the Hasbro Pulse YouTube channel next Friday, September 8th at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. You definitely can't miss this one. Oh, big emphasis on the word big, right? Okay, this is a surprise to me because I thought that their next stream reveal would be during PulseCon, right? Because the last Marvel Legends live stream was on like the first week of March or second week of March, somewhere around there, and they haven't done one since. Surprising, coming from a team that was doing live streams every other month before the Engine of Vengeance Haslab failure. They got their asses kicked by the community and kind of forced them into hiding, so no wonder why they're not doing live streams as much, man, because we beat them down. And you know what? Sometimes I think they're still mad at us for it and are punishing us by releasing repaints this year more than ever before, just to do it in spite and be petty. But hey, what do they expect? When they put out negative products, they can't expect a positive reaction back. Look, all we know is that since the last failure, they have to come out with guns blazing with this Haslab. I mean, Gian-Man is a popular and beloved Avengers character, so it's best for them to go back to their roots with what made their Haslab successful, and that's big, gigantic characters. So vehicle would not cut it this time. A Quinjet would just not cut it this time. We know it's Avengers theme, and we know it's big, and I mean, all clues just lead to Gian-Man. Look, I've been saying if they do a Haslab Gian-Man, he needs to be big. He needs to be at least 20 inches. I think 20 inches is acceptable. I know some people were telling me when I said that, oh no, there's no need for him to be that big. Just 12 inches would be fine. And I'm not going to argue that 12 inches is fine because, like, in the comics, he was regularly 12 feet tall, but did y'all know he has the ability to grow even bigger than that? I mean, the max he's ever grown was about 100 feet, I believe. This is Haslab. This is our opportunity to get a really big Gian-Man. Why wouldn't you want him bigger than 12 inches? I mean, if you want a good Gian-Man that size, I mean, the Toy Biz Bath, dude, he was 13 inches. That's one of the greatest Marvel Legends figures of all time, and it's still worth getting on the aftermarket. So that was already done before. This is a chance to do it different and do it bigger. I don't need him as big as the Sentinel, which was like, what, 26.5? I certainly don't need him as big as Galactus. But man, 20 inches is a good height, honestly. And he has to be affordable because unlike Galactus and the Sentinel, you know, they had those crazy aesthetics going on. This is just going to be a dude in red tights. So I don't expect $350 to $400. No way. What would be your ideal Haslab price for a Giant-Man? Because I remember NECA was doing some really large figures. I don't remember the scale, the exact scale, but the price was somewhere around, I want to say about 160 or so. And, you know, they were very big and very detailed. Now, I don't expect Marvel Legends to price something at 160 of a big figure like that, but, you know, I'm thinking maybe 200 at least. Because, again, we're talking about a guy in regular red tights, right? I would like for it to be between 180 to 200, but hey, if it's any less than that, I'll take it. Man, it's gotta be a friendly price. It has to be. The only way I can see it as 350 or 400 is if they include 2 Giant-Mans. Hell, what if it's that? What if they include like an oversized Giant-Man and Goliath in the blue and yellow, you know, Hank Pym? Or if they do a classic Giant-Man and an Ultimate Giant-Man 2-pack and you have tiers surrounding them. That way you get your main 616 classic Giant-Man and your Ultimate Avengers Giant-Man. Since we got a Ultimate Cap release this year, that might be a way to entice people to complete that roster. I don't know how else they would complete that roster unless they do an $80 12-inch figure, just like what they did with the Super Adaptoid figure. Again, I don't know for sure. I'm just spewing out ideas, but that's the only way I can think of that it'll make sense if it's $350 to $400, is if they put 2 big Giant-Mans together that are both like, what, 20 inches each, and it could be the first ever Haslab 2-pack. You guys know me, I'm a huge Hank Pym mark. I freaking mark out for all his personas, and so I'm really excited for this. This is for what to me has been a down year of Marvel Legends. I mean, there's been more downs than ups, which is why I dubbed this year as the worst year of Marvel Legends in the modern day Hasbro era. This is like the one thing I'm looking forward to the most for this line. I'm remaining cautiously optimistic. I hope it's everything I'm asking for or more, and I'm just excited. I'm excited to share my excitement with you guys for one of my favorite Avengers characters ever. So I'll be tuning in next week, and I got you guys covered for all Marvel Legends Haslab news. Don't expect any other figure reveals that day, because if it is a Haslab reveal, you know that they only focus on just a Haslab project. So don't expect any other figure reveals. They never do it. When it's a Haslab reveal, they focus solely on the Haslab and let it be that. Because if you're expecting other figures, then you're just going to be disappointed. So expect those other figure reveals for post-con. And speaking of post-con, I said I would do a top 10 wish list of villains and heroes that I like to see revealed. I got my villains wish list pretty much checked off. I just got to talk about it. But the heroes wish list is kind of tricky. It was easy for me to do the villains, but for some reason, the heroes is just like, it's kind of tricky. Well, anyway, we'll see. But I definitely want to get that video. It'll definitely be up weeks before post-con. In the meantime, I'll have the villains wish list video set for sometime next week while I still sort out my heroes wish list. Anyways, that's all I have for you today. Now we kick it back to you. What do you think of these retro carded reveals? And what do you think about a Giant-Man Haslab? If you were in charge of the line, how would you plan out a Haslab Giant-Man project? Pitch me your ideas. Comment below, let me know, we'll chat about it. Thank you for watching another Marvel Legends news video. Please follow me on Instagram if you haven't already at xman87. Hit the notification bell so you always know when my latest videos are up. Share and subscribe if you're new. See you on the next video. Peace, peace.